Marie-Antoine Carème, the king of chefs and the chef of kings. Welcome back, esteemed viewers. Today we delve into the life and legacy of a monumental figure in the culinary arts, Marie-Antoine Carème. Often hailed as the king of chefs and the chef of kings, Carème's influence on modern gastronomy is profound and far-reaching. His journey from the destitute streets of 18th-century Paris to the opulent kitchens of European nobility is a testament to his extraordinary talent and relentless pursuit of excellence. Marie-Antoine Carème was born in 1784 in the impoverished quarters of Paris. The 15th child of a poor laborer, his family struggled to survive in the harsh conditions that plagued the lower classes of pre-revolutionary France. Living in a cramped garret, the Carème family's circumstances were emblematic of the socio-economic disparities of the time. Such an environment would typically preclude opportunities for advancement. However, these humble beginnings laid the foundational resilience and work ethic that would define Carème's character. At the mere age of 8, amid the chaos of the French Revolution, Carème was abandoned by his parents, an act not uncommon among destitute families seeking to lessen their burdens. He found refuge and employment as a kitchen boy, or garçon, in a modest Parisian bouillon. His compensation was solely room and board, with no monetary wages. This early immersion into the culinary sphere provided Carème with a practical education in kitchen operations and the basics of French cooking techniques, albeit at the most rudimentary level. Despite the limitations of his position, Carème was driven by an insatiable curiosity and a desire to elevate himself. He utilized every available moment to observe and learn, often staying late to practice pastry making and studying the art of confectionery. His autodidactic efforts extended beyond the kitchen. Carème frequented the Bibliothèque Nationale, where he studied architectural and artistic texts. This unique blend of culinary practice and artistic theory would later manifest in his intricate pastry designs and grand presentations, integrating aesthetics with gastronomy in unprecedented ways. By the age of 20, Carème's burgeoning reputation as a skilled pâtissier caught the attention of Charles-Maurice de Talleyrand-Périgord, the eminent French diplomat and statesman. Talleyrand was renowned for his sophisticated palate and his utilization of gastronomy as a tool for diplomacy. Under Talleyrand's patronage, Carème was introduced to the elite circles of European society. His responsibilities extended beyond mere cooking. He was tasked with crafting menus that would impress and influence foreign dignitaries. Eager to further enhance his expertise, Carème sought mentorship under the illustrious chef Guy Pierre, Napoleon Bonaparte's personal chef. Guy Pierre was famed for his mastery of cuisine actuelle, a movement emphasizing lighter dishes and simpler presentations compared to the heavy sauces of cuisine ancienne. Under Guy Pierre's tutelage, Carème honed his skills in sauce making, roasting, and the art of menu composition. This mentorship was instrumental in shaping his culinary philosophy. Working within the framework of Napoleon's imperial kitchens exposed Carème to the rigorous standards expected at the highest levels of state. The emphasis on precision, efficiency, and excellence ingrained in him a discipline that paralleled military exactitude. The experience underscored the importance of organization within the kitchen, an ethos that would later influence the development of the Brigade de Cuisine system. In 1814, following Napoleon's abdication, the victorious Allied powers convened in Paris, tasked with orchestrating a grand banquet for monarchs and dignitaries, including Tsar Alexander I of Russia, King Frederick William III of Prussia, and Emperor Francis I of Austria. Carème faced the challenge of catering to diverse palates while showcasing French culinary supremacy. The banquet was an astounding success, blending technical mastery with artistic flair. Capitalizing on his newfound fame, Carème entered into service with some of Europe's most prominent figures. He served as chef to the Prince Regent of England, later King George IV, where he introduced refined French cuisine to the British court. His tenure with Tsar Alexander I further demonstrated his adaptability as he incorporated Russian ingredients and preferences into his menus without compromising French techniques. Carème's contributions to cuisine were both practical and artistic. He is credited with systematizing French culinary techniques, particularly in sauce preparation. He identified and codified the mother sauces, bechamel, velouté, espagnole, allemande, forming the foundation for countless derivatives. His focus on the aesthetic dimension of food led to the creation of elaborate pièces montées. Carême is often regarded as the father of Haute cuisine, a style characterized by meticulous preparation, high-quality ingredients, and elaborate presentation. He advocated for menus that progressed through a logical sequence of courses, each designed to complement the last, enhancing the overall dining experience. This approach required a deep understanding of flavor profiles, texture contrasts, and visual appeal. Beyond his practical achievements, Carême was a dedicated scholar of culinary history. He spent extensive time at the Imperial Library in Paris, researching ancient Greek and Roman texts to explore the origins and evolution of cooking practices. His intellectual curiosity was driven by a desire to understand whether the culinary knowledge of antiquity held secrets that could enhance contemporary methods. In his seminal work, Le Maître d'Hôtel Français, published in 1822, Carême compiled his extensive research and culinary philosophies. Spanning 2 volumes and featuring 128 engravings, the book offered detailed recipes, menu planning guidance, and insights into kitchen management. It served as both a practical manual for chefs and a scholarly text. The Parisian Cook, another of Carême's significant publications, focused on the art of cooking in his contemporary era. Emphasizing the importance of using fresh, high-quality ingredients and seasonality, the book provided comprehensive coverage of techniques ranging from basic preparations to complex dishes. The text became a cornerstone reference for chefs and contributed to the standardization of French cooking methods. In a gesture of profound respect, Carême dedicated portions of his works to Guy Pierre, acknowledging the significant impact his mentor had on his development. This dedication reflects the tradition of apprenticeship in the culinary profession, where knowledge is passed down through close tutelage and the fostering of individual talent. Guy Pierre's life met a tragic end during Napoleon's disastrous Russian campaign of 1812. Despite his advanced age and the opportunity to remain in Paris, Guy Pierre chose to accompany Marshal Murat into Russia. He perished amidst the brutal conditions of the retreat from Moscow, succumbing to hypothermia, a fate shared by countless soldiers and support personnel. Drawing parallels between Guy Pierre and François Vatel, another legendary chef who famously took his own life over a perceived professional failure, Carême underscored the deep sense of honor and responsibility inherent in the culinary vocation. He portrayed chefs not merely as cooks, but as custodians of a noble tradition, deserving of recognition and respect. Marie-Antoine Carême's methodologies and philosophies have indelibly shaped modern culinary practices. His classification of sauces remains a foundational component of culinary education, and his emphasis on organization and hierarchy in the kitchen presaged the brigade system, later formalized by Auguste Escoffier. Carême championed the idea that cooking is an art form, a synthesis of creativity, skill, and knowledge. His dedication to aesthetic excellence and his interdisciplinary approach, incorporating elements of architecture and design, have inspired chefs to adopt a holistic perspective on gastronomy. An interesting facet of Carême's story is the irony of his surname. Carême translates to Lent in French, a period characterized by fasting and austerity. This juxtaposition with his life's work, devoted to culinary indulgence and the creation of lavish feasts, adds a layer of intrigue to his legacy. As we reflect on the illustrious career of Marie-Antoine Carême, it becomes evident that his impact extends beyond the confines of the kitchen. From his humble beginnings in the slums of Paris to his role as the architect of modern haute cuisine, Carême's contributions have been both profound and enduring.